All right, and we're off. Hello. Welcome to the session about taking pictures with phone photography. And tomorrow's session will be editing photos on phones as well. Not necessarily ones you've taken on your phone, but it could be ones you're taking on your phone as well. Tonight, we're going to just have a look through like camera modes. We're going to have a quick talk about generally phone cameras. We're also going to have a look through some of the cameras from some of the pictures from photo committee and ones they've got specifically on their ones they've taken specifically. We've got a lovely presentation of about 32 images to go through at some point, but first we're going to do some demos of some camera modes. I think we've got Jasmina here to bring another type of phone. So we've got three phone types tonight. I've got a Samsung. Jasmina's got a Pixel, and we've got a iPhone 11 I believe, on standby at some point. And so probably just going to start with, we're going to be able to share screens on the phone, so you'll be able to see what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. But first, a little bit of background on cameras. So phone cameras are, I found this out literally like 10 minutes before we started, but they're as old as me, which is terrifying. They've been around since 1999. It was the first one, so they're now 21 years old. And I thought, I thought they were like a recent invention with the rise of smartphones, but apparently I was wrong. So the technology has been here for quite a while, and and it's been steadily improving to the point where they're on par in DSLRs in different ways. So they do a lot more processing with DSLRs to make things seem like you're taking a DSLR style photo, but you can get really, really good photos with just your phone. And I hope to show you this by the end of the session tonight, that while DSLRs are very useful and very good, you can also get things with just your phone. And hopefully make photography accessible to everyone, because nice and good. We do like it now. So first things first, the difference between phones, cameras, and DSLRs is, well, for a start, definitely the lenses aren't as good and the sensors aren't as good. So they're generally a lot shorter, a lot smaller, a lot less. They're generally a lot less adaptable and powerful. Yeah. Adaptable than standard cameras. You don't get obviously as much, like you can't get as much optical zoom, you can't physically move the lenses as much. Most of the time you don't have control over your f-stop, and generally they're fixed focal lengths as well. But you make up for that with things like digital zoom, you make up for things like with digital processing afterwards. So sometimes when you take a picture, your phone camera is actually taking 2 or 3 or maybe a series of photos, compositing them together and making them look good. And it's a lot more processing heavy and a lot more work after taking the picture than it would be on a DSLR. But you can do some tricks to make phone camera shots look like DSLR shots. So there's some tricks you can do to make things look like long exposure. There's tricks you can do to make things look HDR, and there's tricks you can do to give things bokeh, and we shall be talking about and demonstrating a couple of those things tonight. So one of the ways that phones compensate for not having a huge lens, which is adjustable and you can get tons of depth of field in, is they use multiple cameras. So 3 cameras at once, and that's what my camera and also Jasmina's camera has at the minute. We're both 3, or is that 2?
3.
Yeah, so we've both got 3. You kind of see. We've both got 3 cameras on there. I've got on mine a telephoto, a standard one, and a macro one. And do you know what yours is? Okay. So yeah, it's a combination of the photos. And what they do is each of them, there's a processing mode on my phone called live focus, which will use the viewpoints of all three cameras to figure out a depth of field. You can also do it with just one camera and some algorithms to work out depths, but it generally tends to work better with more than one camera. And so, should we go through the images first, or should we take pictures first?
Up to you.
Let's take some pictures first.
Take some pictures.
Yeah. So we've got some photos. I've got some examples of it in a bit, but I'll show you taking pictures with it first. In it, it's a kind of, it's not actually bokeh. You're not actually getting the depth of field there, but it's a simulated one. It's figuring out what is further away in the image and blurring it out. And so let's show that. Let's show that now, shall we?
Let's go for it.
Yes, let's do some photography. We are a photography society. I'm going to share. I'm going to move over here and share my screen on my phone. There we go.
Now is not the time to get notifications.
No, it's not. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but they might still come up. So, at some point later, we'll go through photo mode. So I'm just going to go to live focus now and show the bokeh effects. Oh, it even focuses on your face. You look at that.
I do have a face.
You do have a face. Oh, it's having it. Oh. That's what you can kind of see that it's blurred out the background a bit.
Do we need some lights?
Yeah, we do. Do you want to go run the
Take another couple.
I'll take another couple. Becca is going to find some fairy lights. Another thing you can do with this is you can, because it's not actually bokeh. Because it's not actually bokeh, you can do effects. You can do other effects with it. Yeah, no, you do. We need some fairy lights.
Pulling them out of the wine bottle from last session.
There we go. Becca's going to set up some fairy lights for us. I'll give you a demonstration of her setting up the fairy lights.
I'm just going to hold them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Help! Okay. I just drops them all.
Oh god, the backdrops come off as well.
Yes.
We are professionals, we swear.
Right, so.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
And I'll have that bit too, and then we're fine.
okay.
And like you. Just, yeah.
You might need to come a bit closer as well, so it blurs them out. There we go. Maybe. So yeah, you can see in the background, it's kind of a simulated bokeh. It's blurred out as much of the background as it can see. So that's advantages of processing after the image, and yeah, it's one of the ways to simulate what you get on a camera. Yeah, I should stop sharing. All right, you can drop it now. Okay.
Did it work?
It did. Becca didn't see; she was behind the backdrop the whole time. No, one of the other advantages of doing this and taking multiple pictures and composing them afterwards is you can do high dynamic range, which is something you can do on standard cameras. But on standard cameras, you'd take on DSLRs, but on DSLRs you'd take 3 shots: one overexposed, one underexposed, and one at a standard exposure. Obviously, if you have 3 cameras or multiple cameras, you can take multiple shots at once and then composite them all at the same time. And so, yeah, when you've got HDR on, that's what your camera is doing. It's taking multiple pictures and then stitching them together and making it so you can see a higher range of colors, a higher range of light levels in your picture. And generally, phones do that automatically without you having to worry about it as well. One of the good things about phones is it's kind of very convenient. It's anywhere and it does it all mostly automatically, unless you decide to do it manually yourself. We'll have a look at, for some more processing, we'll do, yeah, looking at the Pixel now, because the Pixel has arguably better algorithms for processing pictures. Yes. The one that says share, yeah, and then screen. And then you have to switch back to your camera if it works.
Yeah.
You've got to turn on. You've got to find zoom and allow it. There we go. And then now that
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Nice.
Nice. And so yeah, if you go to camera.
Oh,
Ooh. There we go.
Would you like to take some pictures?
Yeah, sure. Or do you? Yeah, sure.
It's in portrait mode now.
Cool. Well, yeah, we'll do some more portrait mode. But so yeah, Google has very good algorithms for like processing. Yeah,
You want the lights again?
yeah, it might be an idea.
Oh, you're making me work.
Very good algorithm for processing the photos afterwards, for like sharpening it and keeping it like true to pictures that it takes almost. Yeah,
So it's got very good night sight.
it does, which is useful. Very useful. I haven't gone swipe. That one. No. There we go.
Is it all portrait mode again?
It is not. Now it is. Will it blur out the background?
It should.
Will it catch my hands in the photo?
It will. If you come a little closer. You go back.
You have to swipe to the side.
There we go. Okay. It's blurred it. Yeah, it's blurred it out slightly again. There we go. Yeah, no, you can see in that one the blur effect is a lot more convincing. Yeah, generally. This one back. It's not sharing. Yeah, so generally the phones are more or less designed for portraiture. They're probably best at portraiture. I'll come over it. I'm a little bit out of shot there. Yeah, phone cameras are generally more or less designed for portraiture, but can have a wide variety of uses. One of the things that my camera does on my phone, which I'm very thankful for, is it automatically, if you're on auto, automatically optimizes it for the scene that you're looking at. And again, one of the advantages of putting it in a smartphone, because the smartphone isn't just a camera per se, it's got all sorts of processing inside it as well, so it can use some of that processing to do image recognition, to do yeah, image prettification almost. And then you can also do some form. You can also do forms of trickery to make things look like other things. So live view on an iPhone can actually be you can take a live view shot and actually turn it to a long exposure shot, because it's taking a ton of pictures and then stitching them together. So you can either make it like a standard like video picture mix thing, or you can make it actually a live view one. And I've got a video of that on Messenger from Tom, if you want to show them that.
Do you want to do that? Because I don't want to go into your Messenger and show something you don't want me to show.
Yes, I shall do that. And then we can demonstrate iPhone 11. What we'll do on the iPhone 11, and then we'll switch back to mine, is show different camera modes and what you'd use them for. So we'll just have a scroll through those. While I'm
Hi everyone. How are you all doing?
Good, cheers.
Blue.
No.
You're gonna be able to see me squatting for this. I'm gonna
Goblet.
Right.
oh,
He's found it. He's
I
found
have.
the
I'm
thing.
going to download this.
That means I can move now.
Can I download this?
I don't know how far to go with a wide angle.
I don't know why that is. It still showing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We've just been there looking like grandma's here, I think. It's fine.
There's the
though.
download button.
Okay.
Okay.
He's doing technical.
I am doing technical things that.
things.
Technical, yeah.
Right, if we screen share. Oh, that's photos. Where did I, the films and TV? Oh, it's just screen share screen.
Yeah.
That's easier.
That'd be easier.
So this is a video from our lovely committee member, Tom, on how to change a live view photo into long exposure. So as you can see with live view, it's making it, if I go back to where it was, it's making it, it's taking a ton of photos and making almost a small movie. So one of the options is to, one of the options is to show it as a movie, but also you can composite all of those, stitch them together as if you would with like taking multiple pictures of clouds, and it looks like it's a long exposure where obviously you haven't exposed it for that amount of time, but it's trickery to look like it. And there's a lot of things that you can do. There's a lot of things on phone cameras that it's not necessarily as it would be before, but it's trickery to do it. And it, well, I mean, as you can see here, it looks very convincing. I think if Holly is okay with it, we may switch over to Holly, and if Holly has got the app and the things working, we can switch over to Holly and have a...
Hello, darlings.
Hello. Have you got you on your phone?
I'm on my phone, yeah, sorry.
Your phone.
Yeah, by the way, I set up some like cool lighting in my room because I didn't know what type of pictures you wanted, so I thought we could do some, you know, spice up a bit. So let me share my screen. I think this works. Start broadcast. Is that what it's called?
It's share at the bottom. It should be there should be a share button. Yeah.
Perfect.
There we go. You can all see my screen now. Fun. Okay, cool. So go into camera. I've got this lights up here, and I thought this could be a bit interesting. So we've got time lapse mode, which is obviously video, but is a really useful tool for you can, you know, it's fun. We've got portrait mode, so this would be quite fun to try out different lighting. I don't know if someone wants to talk through it while I show different things, or do you want me to just waffle on?
Yeah, if you want to talk about it, you can.
Okay, this plant isn't a vibe actually. Let me.
You know more about your camera than we do probably. So.
Wait. Hang on. At this, okay, right. So this is the natural light portrait settings. You can see it's kind of focused in on this light bulb here, blurred a bit of the background, softened the lighting features, and it's quite nice. And it works quite well with faces and especially outdoor settings as well. Can look really nice. Studio lighting. You can also adjust the brightness here, like this, which can make some really nice chiaroscuro lighting. So I think that looks really nice. I'd probably go for something like that if I was going for that kind of look. Contour light is as simple as it sounds. It elongates the contours, so you can again adjust the brightness, and it really picks up on the light and dark areas. So if you see there, you can really look here. You can really see the dark and the light from the shadows and these different lighting here, and then boom, like it's very easy and accessible to make quite artistic and abstract pictures. This is the stage light one, so it's like you have to move further away and it captures right within stage light. The subject is in the stage light, you silly thing. It's not wanting to cooperate. Don't know if it is too dark for it. Anyway, this this is the high key light mono, so let me try taking a picture. I don't know. So these
Try
two
get
are
more of the plant in the picture. Yeah, there we go.
yeah,
Try
but
get
when
more of the plant.
more of the plant.
Plant, like, yeah, try and get, there we go. See, I did it for a second, but then it vanished.
I don't know why it's not. It looks
Get a little
quite
bit, get a little bit closer.
no.
Yeah, it's been weird. It should normally work.
Normally it works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If it was going to go wrong at any point, it was going to go wrong now, so.
Great. Anyway,
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 what you can get from it is that contour light also plays nicely. Like you can see the greens coming out, the blue from the lights, and it just sharpens key elements. So the light and darken the colours really nicely. Studio light again is very versatile, and then the natural lights is better for outdoor, but again you can play around with it a lot, and that looks really cool. So like going over here, like you can completely eliminate all sense of colour, so that I think looks really nice. And then if you tried it on this one, go for more of like different depth. But kind of a different sort of picture, but same sort of subject. So yeah, it's great. I think it's a great camera. I've got the iPhone 11, which has got 2 cameras, not the 3. So I think the quality isn't as good as Ryan and Jasmina's, but this version is also very good for low light. I've realised I've got some examples, but I don't know if I'll find them quick and easy enough. But it does cope very well in low light situations. Also the pano mode. Most phones have this now, but does a really nice pano. And yeah, but just also the flash, and then these exposure settings up here, and then yeah, night. These ones down here, different. And it's got some like filters as well if you wanted to shoot straight into them as well. So like that. It's quite very easy.
Can I just add? Some of these filters are actually really good. So if you go to like the warm ones in the front, so dramatic warm is one of my favorites. If you take portraits of it, like pictures of people, it's like really nice kind of nostalgic kind of vibe to it. And it's one of my, I take loads of pictures using that filter, and it's amazing to try out. That one and the dramatic, the one at the start, I forgot what it's called. If you go to the filter at the start, Holly. No one after that. Yeah, that's the one. Vivid warm, I think.
I was just trying to show the live settings as well, because they talked about that here. So when it's on, and how Ryan was saying about the exposure, with people, you can make the people in the background look like they're going fast, and then the subject still. So if I showed you, it's not, none of my stuff is moving, so it's not the best example, but that is how you can alter the live. And then these are the other night settings as well, and then the flash. So yeah, I don't know, it's a pretty good camera, can't complain.
yeah, thank you.
Everyone's their own. How do I stop share?
Cool.
thanks, Holly.
Thank you very much, Sally, and thank you for showing us all that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to so we've gone through kind of modes on an iPhone camera. We're going to go through modes on sort of a standard Android camera, but obviously it's going to vary from each of them. So Jasmine's got a lot less modes than I do, and I might have more or less than you do. Generally, there's with Android cameras, you can get quite a bit into settings with them. They generally tend to be a lot more almost customizable. Sometimes you can download other apps for the cameras, but it will obviously vary from phone to phone. So I'm going to share my phone screen. We're going to quickly go through my settings, and then we're going to have a look through some of the committee's favorite photos they've taken with their phones. So we're going to, that's sharing my camera, sharing screen. That's what we want to do. Cool. So if we go to screen, so you've seen my focus where I demonstrated.
Yeah.
Is it jump on the floor?
Yes.
I mean, it's just really going through settings. I can point it at you if you want.
It's more useful, yes.
Yes. Okay. So we've got live focus, as you've seen before, with the effects in the background. You've got just your standard photo, which will do everything. Yeah, you see down there. You can, it's finding scene optimizer. but that obviously different for everything. Then you've got your video and your videos sections on that side for me. Okay. But some of the things that you'll have on phone that you don't generally have on DSLRs are like panorama. So we're going to take the panorama this way.
Oh,
We are. We're going to go around. I'm going to take a picture of Becca as well. Yeah.
I moved during
you
that,
did
so
move,
that's going to be
that's gonna be-
incredibly interesting.
That's going to be horrendous. But yeah, panorama where you take multiple photos and stitch them together. This is,
Oh god.
yeah, this is a problem because it's taking multiple pictures. If you move in it, you can really tell. But it's a way to show off. It's definitely a way to show off the like a scenery or do landscape. You've got night mode, which you also have on your phone. Well, I mean most phones these days, which is better for low light. So if I turn this down,
Are you going to turn the light off?
I don't think it will work with the light off, but we can always try, can't we?
There's somebody.
Yeah.
So you've got to stay incredibly still when it's taken.
How did it do?
How did it do?
To be honest, yeah, it did all right.
It gave it a good effort.
It did. Yeah, so generally most phones have a night mode. Where's the light switch? There. Yeah. We've got Instagram one and food. I don't actually have filters on here. Do you have filters on yours? No. But yeah, generally what I want to talk about is which you have more so on Android phones. I don't think you even have it on iPhones, unfortunately, is Pro mode where you can actually control all of your settings. So for this I can physically set my ISO. I've got a fun thing where I can actually set the f-stop. It's got two different apertures, so I can set the f-stop of f2.4 or f1.5, and then you can set like some of the like the contrast and stuff before taking the photo, so you can look at your photo and see what it would look like before, as opposed to applying a editing afterwards. And so you can kind of make your own filters with that, or there will be generally filters on some of your settings. And yeah, so Pro mode can be very useful. Sometimes it can even let you do long exposures. So with this phone, I can get up to 10 seconds of exposure, point it at the sky and actually get stars, which is really cool. From my introduction to astrophotography. But yeah, if I try taking a picture with this, it will be completely. But Pro mode is always good practice for doing settings yourself. So it can be like a stepping stone to doing manual on your camera, and it's almost more quicker feedback than it would be on a camera. So you can very much practice with it with Pro mode on a phone, or if you don't have a DSLR, it's the closest thing you can get to it. So it can be fun to experience it that way. And yeah, so that's modes on the camera. We shall stop screen share there, and we shall go through some of committee's photos they've taken on phones. So to show you can take really, really good photos on phones.
Some
photos in better lighting conditions than we have right now.
Yeah. So this first one is. Oh, there we go. First one is Becca's favorite photo. Do you want to say a bit about the photo, Becca?
So this photo I took using HDR mode, which is why it seems a little bit bright, because it really got all the like darker tones in the photo. But I just like it because it's a dog and it's cute and it's better quality than I expected I could get with a phone. So I'm just pretty pleased with that one.
So these ones are from Manjot. So Manjot, if you want to say why you like these photos, feel free to.
Okay. My screen's kind of frozen. I don't know if you've changed it or not yet.
Yeah, Manjot.
Yeah, it's on the photo of the Lake District with the orb.
Oh, is it? Okay, my screen's frozen. But yeah, that's actually Holly's. But we were basically on the boat and So what it does, it's called a lens ball. It flips a picture over. I actually ordered one of these today. It flips the picture over and
Hey,
it creates this really, really cool view. And it's just incredible because it was like a wide lake. We were on the water, that's what it's called. And it was just, there was mountains, the sky was beautiful. It was great. And all I did was just use, sorry, I can't speak. All I did was use one of the filters on my iPhone that we were showing you earlier. And that's what it takes to create something like that. So yeah.
Okay, we have just stopped the screen share and started it again. Can you see the photo now?
Yeah. Wait, did I like kind of cut out?
No, it's fine.
It's
Okay.
fine. We just had to restart it because it, completely frozen.
Okay, all right. And I think the next one is yours as well.
Is it?
Oh,
Next to, yeah.
okay, there we go.
Yeah. This one was also on Lake District. We woke up, the sun was rising and the lake was completely still, completely flat. And I've literally used no filters, nothing. It's on my iPhone 8 Plus. And it's literally an amazing picture. You can see the reflection on the of the sky on the water and the tree, and you can see like the horizon, the mountain. You can see that reflecting as well. I think it's just a beautiful picture. It's great. Once again, literally did nothing to it. No filters, no editing, nothing.
I think this is one of the advantages again of photography, where you can just see something and think that's a really good photo. I'll take that, and as opposed to getting all of the equipment out, switching to the right lens. It's just okay, point at it and shoot it.
Exactly.
Next photo.
Yeah, that's also
We're
mine.
sticking with yours.
I think that's my last one. But yeah, this is literally all it. Once again, I've used one of the iPhone filters, but all it is there's backlight. So the subject is like there's no light on the subject, which is why it's just created. Which is why it's created the silhouette kind of effect. Yeah, there's literally no more to that. It's just so simple to create something like that on your phone. It's pretty cool. It's incredible. Yeah, that's me, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, this one's my photo of my cat. I actually took this photo on the same day I first got my Google Pixel. This is taken using, I think one of their like pro modes. I think the lighting was really cool and it made her look just like really sleek, even though she's just kind of fat and greasy. And like the grass looks really crispy, and I think the Pixel camera just really captured the textures and everything really well. That's one of my favorite pictures.
So this was one of the ones. I was on a walk the other day, and I took this with the live view mode, so you can see it's blurred out the background. It's done an okay job of doing it. You can actually see that there's some simulated almost bokeh dots in there. But yeah, no, and so this is showing that these live view mode, these portraiture modes do actually work and can do a really, really good job.
Oh, this is one of my photos from my house here in Liverpool Green. I think we had like this plant with lots of caterpillars on it, and sometimes the angle can really make a photo stand out, even like a phone photo. If you get the sky from like a low angle, it can really enhance the whole mood. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one's also yours.
Yeah. Okay, we have a lot of critters in our garden. Just saying. This one's taken with the portrait mode on the Google Pixel, which really handily blurred out the whole background and zoomed right in on the snail. And it's really good because everything apart from the snail is out of focus and making it look extra crispy and high quality, but without ruining the photo.
If
Nice,
you know any better,
yeah.
you would have thought it was a macro lens.
Yeah, it's done a pretty good job with that one, really.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay,
This one, yeah, same with this one.
so I'll just go through now.
So this is one I took with HDR. I was out on campus. You can actually see at the start of medicine on the right there. But the sky was really, really pretty. And usually, if you try and take that picture, you'd have the sky completely blown out. But with the HDR that my camera did, you got quite a good range of tones in the sky while not blurring out or darkening everything else.
This one is Lewis's,
Yeah.
I believe.
Lovely.
Hello. Yeah, that's mine. I like. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Can hear me. Okay. I took this one in Greenwich. I like these buildings because they're symmetrical buildings either side, and you've got the path leading off into the distance, like the leading lines going towards the subject, the buildings in the background. So I like the nice color, and yeah, this is just on normal camera mode.
What phone do you have?
It's an iPhone. It's 10s iPhone.
Nice.
That's a really good picture.
Two cameras.
Yeah, really, really good picture.
It's lovely. Right. Next one.
Yeah, I like this one because of you can't see much of the ground because it's very dark, but I like the golden sun behind the clouds, and the way the clouds sort of lead off to the corner of the picture. It's quite majestic, I thought, and yeah, it's the right moment.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I actually took this one today on campus.
Nice.
I think I liked the way the trees kind of help frame the picture. You've got the pond in the foreground, and yeah, I would recommend actually going around on campus and taking these pictures, because it's so easy to get some really nice pictures of the leading lines of the features of the waterfall and everything.
And pictures.
It is such a pretty campus. Okay, no, we're not muted. Okay, so this one is one of mine, and I am just impressed with how the camera managed to pick up the colours without completely blowing out the sky, because I took it expecting to see either a completely white sky or colours that were way too dark. So phone cameras, they're pretty good.
So this one was one I took recently that was actually taken while I was filming something, which is again another advantage, things like that you couldn't do with a stand camera. But this was just shocked me how much range I got in this, and how much the plane stands out. We've been to an airfield, and I had forgotten my camera, and I thought all hope was lost. And there's this lovely World War II plane that's here. I wish I had my camera for it. And then I took out my phone and got this photo and was like, oh no, there is definitely a place for keeping phones in it, and there's definitely a time and place for a DSLR, but also time and place for a phone camera as well. And then these next two are still my favorite photos I haven't taken, of when it was snowing on campus, and hopefully it snows again this year, because it's very pretty when it does.
Yeah. We're going to flick through these quite quickly now, because I think they've all got a relatively similar backstory in terms of the phone camera. But yeah, it's just, you can get some beautiful photos, like this one with a pano mode.
Yeah, it's panorama.
Is, I mean, obviously it'd be much more difficult to do it on an actual camera.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
And that's actually a long exposure that's 10-second long exposure of the sky from my phone. You can actually see stars in it, which is.
Is that Neowise?
No, that's not Neowise.
No.
It looks like it's got a trail, but no.
Okay, so nice.
Sometimes you can also get some really cool filters on apps like Instagram, which can completely change how a photo looks. This is taken in Windsor Park. There's this really pretty little bridge, and the filters from Instagram. So even if you don't have like a film camera, you can pretend you have one. Same with this photo.
It's a really cool photo. The blur in the background is nice.
It's just a landscape photo of Ventura, and then another one of portrait mode.
Oh, it's sideways.
It is sideways.
Manjot. It's a nice photo.
It's a nice sideways photo. This actually that was actually a filter on Instagram, the black and white. They've got the best filter for black and white, honestly. It's really good.
Nice.
We are, apparently.
We are not being sponsored by Instagram, but if Instagram would like to sponsor us, we would not complain. That is a cave. It's cool.
Lake District.
Lake District. Yeah.
I think this is more from Lewis. I think
That was Lewis, yeah.
Yeah.
Really good architecture photos there from Lewis. This is one of the things you can do with live view. You can not only blur it, but you can like make the background black and white. Which turned out really good with this photo of my parents.
That nice bit of vignetting.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a photo of my housemate taken at Foot Park. Also using an Instagram filter, which really just changed the colours completely. And it made the whole photo quite warm. Yeah.
Yeah, very dramatic. Makes it pop.
Very
Yeah.
awesome as well.
Another photo with an Instagram filter. My wonderful mum.
Nice.
Yeah.
All great examples of portrait mode.
Yeah. And that's
Phones are cool, y'all.
Phones are good cameras. Phones do have good cameras these days, and don't feel like you're limited if you don't have DSLR.
What?
Are we doing an outro?
You are on
Yeah.
the thing. It's just
It's
frozen.
just frozen. Oh,
Oh.
we can still see it. We can't see ourselves.
Has it all frozen on screen sharing for the rest of you?
No, it's back on Jasmina and
That's true.
Okay, cool.
It's just our
It's
TV
just us.
screen. Yeah, that's fine. No, let's move. So yeah, we hope you've learned something from this and realized that while DSLRs are cool, so are phone cameras, and they're really good, and also a lot more point and shoot, a lot less thinking on your part, and can come out with some really, really good photos that we've just shown.
Yeah, you don't have to give yourself a dodgy back by lugging around a huge camera.
Or bag full of 17 lenses,
Yes.
and it's not as much of an investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a phone as well, so there's an advantage.
Bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the recording and then we can chat.